Hey, I'm Haley.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're listening to
Personality Hire.
Oh my gosh, I forgot my line.
Yep, again.
Wow, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible actor. Okay. Hey, I'm Haley.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're listening to
Personality Hire. The podcast where we just want to make you laugh. That's all we want to do.
Because we're making ourselves laugh.
We just want to make you giggle. Just want to make you giggle.
We just want to make you giggle. That's our only goal.
It's true.
So Jesse and I have had the same intro since the dawn of time. And for some reason, every other week, I forget what I'm supposed to say.
Sometimes she doesn't want to chime in on Personality Hire. She leaves me hanging. And so I say,
smile.
I'm Jesse, and you're listening to, and all by my lonesome, I say,
Personality Hire. Because we say it in such a way.
And if you say it by yourself, you kind of sound like you've got half a brain cell. You need the other person.
But if you're watching, you know that I have half a brain cell.
And I've got a fourth of one.
I'm looking into camera smiling. One eye barely open, the other eye wide open.
Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm running 1,000 miles a minute per usual. But I'm fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like bad stuff. It's just a lot at once. Mm-hmm. And, I feel like I need a personal assistant, like big time. Like, I don't know how. Like, I'm trying to film more content for not only, just being, an actor and trying to do that kind of stuff, but also as a personal stylist, how am I supposed to get clientele if I'm not showing what I can do, right? And so I'm filming these videos and silly me asks people what they want to see. And I listen and they tell me, well, that requires you tearing up your closet, putting together outfits, and like I'm nannying throughout the day. So I'm thinking not by looking in my closet. I know what's in my closet though. And I'm just like putting together ideas on a notes app. And then I come home and I realize, and I think that's really I think that's going to be really organized. And then I realize I put a different pair of shoes with every outfit. I put different jewelry with every outfit because that's styling. And by the time I'm done, my whole house has random hangers, outfits, shoes, like necklaces, one earring, like it's just gotten insane. Shambles. And then I have to run and go do another thing. And I haven't even edited the videos yet. That was just filming them. Mm. And
so really what I'm hearing is you need a cleaning fairy.
I need a cleaning fairy. I think that's really it. I don't think I want everybody or anyone to do any of the other stuff I have to do because I have to do it. But if someone could come through, I need, you know what I really need? I was thinking about this. So me and Haley, Whaley, TT, friend of the pod, she was telling me that where she lives at that shopping center that we like in the burbs, 2 TikTokers go often, London and Olivia. Do you know who they are?
I do. Okay.
So they're a couple and they're very cute and have cute style and have cute little personalities, and they're TikTok famous. And they shop at this little shopping center. She saw them the other day and was like, wow, I want to be just like them. Like they look so happy. And like, everything is social media. Obviously, when you're in public, you're not like crying. But I saw a TikTok come across my desk this morning that one of the ladies was having that special time of month. So the other lady went out and got her a care package and got her brand new tampons that weren't carcinogenic. Mm-hmm. Is that the word? Mm-hmm. Got her favorite little snackies, got her melatonin that she needed, and got her a new MacBook, which she'd been talking about that she wanted. And she was like, this is crazy. And she did recognize, she was like, this is nuts. This is not like because she's on her special time of month. It's because we've been talking about it. And I think today would be a good day to just go ahead and get it. And blah, blah, blah. Like they were going to get this thing. She knew she was getting it. They were going to go to the Apple store together. But she went and got that. And I was like, I think I need a wife.
Oh, I've been saying that.
But you know what? I was thinking about it when I was walking mama. I was like, I need a wife. And then I was like, I have a wife.
I was thinking,
Yicky.
we just
don't live together, and we also have separate lives.
I also forgot we need to address 2 elephants in the room before we begin this podcast. Truly, one is that we're filming rather in a new spot.
Oh yeah.
So if you're watching this, you'll see that we have a new background, and get used to it, because I'm going to be honest, I'm tired of you looking at my feet. Yeah. I'm tired of you seeing my tootsies for free, because if you watch this or if you see anything on the internet about it, my tootsies are always out, and that is not free content any longer. If you'd like
to, that will be going to our Patreon.
If you'd like to subscribe to our Patreon, you can look at my tootsies whenever you want. But I did get a disturbing comment on our YouTube that said, nice feet, like your tootsies. So not any longer. And then second, I would like to say the other elephant is that I fell. And when I fell, I hit my face, and my chin is unwell at the moment. So again, those are just 2 visual things that I wanted to point out at the top. And no, you may not know how I fell. If you really need to know, you don't.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
No, you don't. The Patreons don't even. That is a deep, dark secret. That's me, the Lord, and my friend that was with me when it happened. And that's that.
And that's that.
And that's really that. But I wanted to say that this weekend I had a really incredible, like, soul-filling, amazing girls' weekend that I have. Every year we plan this reunion type weekend, and we were discussing this weekend about how I want a wife, not for the capabilities of cleaning or keeping everything running or organized like we all do, but because I genuinely feel that at this time in my life I can get more of an emotional and loving spiritual connection with a woman than I can a man. I'm not saying I don't love my husband, but he doesn't really fill my cup in the same way that a relationship with a woman does at times. So I would think that, like, let's say something happens, it's not going to, but if anything happened down the road in my life, I might be interested in dating a woman. I might, because guess what? Girl time is the best time.
It really is.
So yeah,
it is. And I feel like this is like an episode of Sex and the City, which this is like a comment that people hate. Every time I say it, they're like, I don't like that show. They all annoy me. Do I like looking at the show? Yes. The outfits are on fleek. But do I like listening to their voices and what they have to say? Absolutely not. They're a mess. And it stresses me out because I feel like they're grown women and they're not acting like it. But also I'm probably the age that they were in the show.
I was going to say, I think that's, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not acting as if I'm a grown woman either. So... C'est la vie. Anyway, it feels like that. They're like, maybe our real soulmates are our best friends.
Are each other.
Yeah.
I love you.
And she's like typing, and then she closes her laptop and then calls big for 27th time in the last hour.
My favorite part of Sex and the City is that her laptop is the Apple, the Mac, where it was see-through in the center and then the edges had the colors. And that was incredible.
You just gave Apple a free idea.
To bring that back?
Yes, it's nostalgia. Like,
did you just see recently Paris Hilton is bringing back the Razor phone? And I remember in college that was just, I mean, either you had a BlackBerry, and then if you didn't have a BlackBerry, you had a Razor, and then if you didn't have a Razor, if you were like an average person, you had the Verizon chocolate phone, like me. That phone was less than desirable, but it was sleek, it was sassy. Mine was red. And do you also remember the Nokia phones? It was called chocolate.
You had a chocolate. It was red chocolate.
It was the chocolate LV phone, but it was red.
Okay,
red.
My friend had a light blue one. I thought they only came in brown and light blue.
No, mine came in red, and it wasn't a cover. But if you didn't exist during the Nokia times, there was a big business to be had on flipping out your faceplate of your Nokia. There were kiosks in the malls dedicated to going to get a new face.
Me and my brother shared one, a Nokia. Because it was like when I got picked up from Sylvan Learning Center or dance. I've always been bad at math, and my dad thought I had a chance. Turns out, no chance. Not good at math. So he sent me to Sylvan.
I went to something similar before here's some lore about me. I needed to take the SAT multiple times due to the fact that I was scoring, I will say, very above average on the communication English portion. And then I was scoring bottom pits of despair in math. And it was disturbing for everyone, including the schools I was applying to. So I also had to go to a similar learning center to up my math and then retake the damn SAT to get a barely passing score. And Georgia State said, Okay. All right.
Let's go.
We'll take a chance. We'll take a chance on you.
You know what's crazy is my dad sent me to Sylvan Learning Center for math as a child. I think it was like like it was like a kind of like a course. So it was like three months out of the year, but I would only go and do my homework, like my math homework, and if I didn't have math homework, they'd give me homework, and you'd move tables throughout the time you were there. I just have to say, like, they did not teach me math in a way that I could comprehend it. Now looking back, again, they just all want you to learn the same way, and that's sitting down and like explaining it the exact same way. Okay, that's not working for me. Becky, let's think of a new way. Think of a new way to explain the mathematics. I don't even remember what kind of math it was, but I know I went then, and then I also had to go for ACT because in, Illinois, in St. Louis area, you had to do ACT. And my math score was very...
Yeah, same.
I don't even want to
struggle
say
bus.
it. Should I say it? No, I'm not going to say it.
No, don't expose yourself like that due to the fact that it doesn't matter.
Except
look at us now.
People in high school found out. I don't know how they found out, and they talked about it. And they were like, Haley got a blank on math. And I don't know. I don't even tell anyone because I was so embarrassed.
Well, isn't the ATC score like 1 through 100 or something? Like,
no.
Are they like double digit numbers you can get?
No, I think double digits, but it's like, I think a 30 is the highest.
Yeah, because the SAT, a perfect score is like a 1900 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. Leave me alone. I didn't get anywhere near that.
That makes sense. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about math. Stop sending me to Sylvan Learning Center, Groot.
Yeah. I also, on this girls' weekend that I was just on, again, it was magical. It's wonderful. We look forward to it every single year, and it fills me up deep down inside. These are the kind of girls where we really discussed how sometimes you will never be able to have these. You will never truly be able to have a friendship like I have with these girls at this point in my life now with people that I meet because they've seen me through when I was a child. It's as if they know too much and everything and also not enough at the same time. Like that's the kind of relationship I have with these girls because it's so deep. It's so deep. They've seen me since I was 18. And I want to tell this story about how I met my friend Elizabeth because we were recalling it and it's just funny and it's of a certain era. And I think that you might think it's funny. So I want to tell this story, but she and I met because get ready. My friend Mandisa and I decided that we were going to go. Let me backtrack. My friend Mandisa was 6 feet tall, the most beautiful woman you can hope to imagine. Like close your eyes and imagine her. That was her. She's just gorgeous. And she had been scouted for modeling multiple times, ungodly beautiful. And America's Next Top Model was coming to town with an open casting call. I am 5'8" on the best day. And I am just middle of the road little lady compared to her. But I said, Mandisa, if it's going to get you to go audition, I'm going to go with you. So I was standing in line with her to go audition. And I look up towards the front of the line and there's this beautiful girl that I'd seen on campus before. And I said, Mandisa, I want that girl to be our friend. I want her to be our friend. And I looked down and she debates this to this day, but she had on water shoes. She was eclectic. She was indie. She was hippie. She was crunchy. No. She was a little bit granola. She was gorgeous. I wanted her to be mine, but she had on water shoes.
So you debated everything.
And so then I thought to myself, is this a cry for help? Does she need me more than I think I need her? But then I flipped that part of my brain off and I yelled down the line, in line to go to audition at America's Next Top Model. Hey, you! Yeah, you! What's your name? Do you go to Georgia State? And she said, I'm Elizabeth and I'm scared of you. But from that day on, we've been best friends. I just want to say that because sometimes it's that simple. Like sometimes it really is that simple to become friends with someone. You just need to look at their water shoes, turn a blind eye, and then engage in conversation.
It's like little kids. They'll just go up to someone. Like I remember like growing up on a plane, like I didn't grow up on a plane, but growing up and being on a plane, making friends with a kid who sat in front of me because they just poked their little toys in between the like seat, like in the window. And we would like play dolls in between the seat in the window. And we were friends that whole flight and then never to be heard from again. But we were best friends on that flight.
I just think that sometimes as the older we get, we say to ourselves, it's really difficult. I think I actually said this on the last podcast. Yeah. It is really difficult to make friends the older you get because you don't have that connection like I'm talking about. This Elizabeth saw me since I was 18 years old until now at 30 years old. So she's seen me that entire time. So she's seen every change I've had, every rendition of myself, every transition, everything. But it really can be that simple at this age to go up to someone and just be like, I like your boots. I like your hair. I like your style. I like your swagger. Sometimes it's that easy. And I don't think that I do that enough. My friend, I have a new-ish friend, Jen, who she and I did that to each other, and we're pals now. So I'm just saying that I just wanted to give like words of encouragement, I guess, of like sometimes it can be like sandbox rules, even when you're at this age, to make a new friend, like you're saying.
Yeah. I think it's just as we get older, we get more insecure. So we're less likely to go up to someone and talk. And then we have just so much going on in our head that we're thinking about ourselves a little bit too much, honestly, to be able to connect to another human, because we're like, I gotta do this, I gotta blah blah blah, the laundry, my dog's puking over there, and you're not thinking, hey, I like your water shoes. You go to Georgia State,
but you should be,
but you should be, but you should be,
really should be.
Thee on the thee thothindy,
thee at the thee shore, Thally.
Oh my lord. But anyway, I do love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And the last thing I wanted to say about the girls' trip was that we have a couple of different times now gotten our tarot cards read together. And I've been also saying on here that I'm really interested in kind of like the Long Island medium. And that's not a joke. That's literally not
Teresa
a bit.
Caputo.
Like, that is truly not a bit. I've looked up more tour dates. Am I possibly going to go to South Carolina when she's there in, where is she at? It doesn't matter. South Carolina. Maybe. Yeah, I might be there. But I am interested in things like that at this point in my life. So we went to go get our tarot cards read at Pond City Market here in Atlanta. And it was magical. It was life-changing. It was incredible. Yes. Everything about it was amazing. Me and my two other girly girls got amazing readings. They were so applicable to our lives in very specific ways. And it was awesome. It was awesome. And I just want to say, if you've been thinking about doing that, hit up your local tarot card reader. You know, I don't know, but it was great. It was so good. I'm trying to think of like the one thing that I would be willing to share on here about the tarot cards, because some of it was pretty personal, which I really like, because that let me know that I really felt like this person had an intuitive spirit that was giving me the reading, which that's always key, right? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm getting like Miss Cleo'd. Like, I want this person to have like a really intuitive spirit about them. And he really did. And the reading he gave me was basically a lot of, you're in the right place. You don't give yourself enough credit. Keep going. And like, let's start making moves towards like things you really want. But it was all packaged in a more lovely and
more detailed way, but
personalized way. Yeah.
Going to share. Yeah.
But anyway, that was amazing. And
I
highly
love
recommend.
That. I love to hear that, because you've been saying that for like since we started this podcast.
Yeah, it was great.
That makes me really happy.
It was really great. We all left like this. Oh, I love you too. So it was good. We were crying.
Yeah, if you leave some place crying, either it was the worst time of your life or the best.
Yeah, all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yep. What about you? Give me some highlights from your weekend. Give me some highs. Give me some something.
Well, my dad and my best friend from high school came in, and she's still my best friend. She's like my sister. And she brought her baby, and I haven't seen her baby since the baby was like 4 months old, maybe 3. And she's 8.5 now. And she's chunky, and she's cute, and she's so cute. But I was in a very emotional state this weekend. I think like being around my dad for a short amount of time, I love him so much, and it's hard to be around him for like a day. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like I don't want to get too attached. Mm. And then like seeing my best friend with her baby, I was just like, I'm going to cry. I'm not trying to cry. I didn't mean to do this, but I just started thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm going to do it. No, don't do it.
Let it out.
I don't want to cry.
Okay. You don't have to, but you can.
I don't want to, but I was just thinking about how much time that I have spent, not in a bad way, but pursuing something that hasn't fully seen itself yet. Wow, I'm going to cry. I'm trying not to cry. I'm just narrating for the folks at home in hopes that it stops me from crying.
It's more of a mist. It's fine.
It's a mist. But, and I was just seeing like my best friend, who's my sister, who I grew up with a baby that like, I have not seen this baby. We Snapchat every day. Like, I re-downloaded Snapchat just to get videos of this baby every day and pictures of this baby every single day, updates. So I feel like I know the baby very well. And this baby is my baby. Like, the second we like touched pause, I was like, you're my child too. You know, like, that's how connected I felt. And I was like, man, like, it's just hard to be at this age and to like want all of these things. And then this one thing to seem really simple, like wanting to be a mom and wanting to have a family. Like that seems really simple because people in high school accidentally became moms. And like I have not accidentally become a mom, and I don't want the way I become a mom to be accidental. I want to kind of, I'll take it how it comes at this point, like bring her on. But I was filled with so much happiness, but also sadness this weekend because I was around my dad, I was around my best friend and her baby, and I was just like, man, like, what am I doing? And I always, and that doesn't mean like, that's not a bad, what am I doing, right? Like that's a, what am I doing? Like, think about it. Think about like the steps you're taking right now. Think about how we're moving forward. And it just got me feeling some type of way because I, career-wise, am just trying to figure it out. And there's, with acting, you don't know. Like it can just fall into your lap any day, or it could fall into your lap in 20 years. And unfortunately, you have to accept that. And I don't have the financial means right now to make my life easier in any way. So it's not like I'm young and I can go like travel. Like you're supposed to do that. I don't have money to travel. So I'm doing like, I feel like I'm just, I don't know. I don't even know what I feel like, but it was hard. It was a hard weekend for me. And it was also really lovely because it was really good to see people that I love so much, but it was also stressful. And I also saw my brother this past Monday, the Monday prior, because he was coming through, and I got to see my nephews. So I think it was just like a lot at once, a lot of babies, a lot of explaining what you're doing right now, not in a bad way. No one made me feel bad, but because I'm doing a lot, but it was just interesting. And I think it's, and people, and I just want to speak into people who are feeling the way I'm feeling, because I know it's a lot of people, because I talk to you often. You're either my friends or people who reach out when they hear something that I say on the pod, and they're like, hey, I just want to let you know I heard this episode, feel the same way. It's okay to have people tell you that it's all going to come, blah, 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 but they have no idea how you feel. So just know that. It's okay, because I think sometimes I feel like people are like, it's going to be okay, it'll all come, it's going to get better, or it's not bad necessarily. It's just not, it's confusing to be where I'm at. And I think it can diminish it when people are like, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Like I was talking to my dad about, like, I was like, what if like I wait too long to try to have a baby, and then, you know, and he's like, you can adopt, and like, don't let people talk to you like that. My dad didn't mean that in a mean way. Like he meant that in a sweet way. Like there's always options to become who you want to become. But it was just hard. And then it was also like my career. I have no control over it. No control. Just I have to keep turning in great auditions, and I have to keep putting myself out there, which I'm doing that. By the way, if you're in Atlanta this Friday, I'm going to be showing my short film Traffic at the Atlanta Film Club. All of my filmmaker buddies can't be there, but I'm going to be there. And a bunch of really cool filmmakers, like who are doing really cool, important work, are going to be there this Friday. And there's going to be a panel. It'll be awesome. But it's just a lot. It's overwhelming. Tonight I'm going to a premiere from one of my friends' shorts that like is premiering all over the country right now, like doing really well. Was just at Palm Springs Film Festival and did really well. And I think she's at LA Shorts next week. Like she's in every festival. Let's just put it that way. And I'm going to the premiere, and that's one of those things that like I would go to because it's my friend, but also you go to because it's your job to go to these things as an actor. And I think that's where I get like kind of worn out. And I'm sure like there are these things for every career where you have to go places just because.
Networking.
Yeah, it's networking.
Show your face.
Yeah,
absolutely. Every job has that.
And it's weird because it's kind of like the lines are blurred too, because these are your friends, but also it's work too. So I don't know. I think it just gets overwhelming, and it's that time of year where I just get really tired. It's the spring and summer where I get worn out. I'll have another zhuzh coming up soon, but I think I just need to like go away for a second and breathe, and then come back and like rev my engine and run for the hills of my dreams, because they're right up the hill. And they are. I do realize they're a lot closer than I think they are. I'm just tired, but I'm also excited. I am excited.
She's excited.
No, I really am excited. I think that lately I've seen some big changes in my life, and I'm taking big steps. Like I'm trying to step away from nannying and step into personal styling, which I was kind of always like helping my friends do this thing for so long. And I was like, wait, I actually love doing this, and I have a knack for it. Mm-hmm. So like, why don't I make money off of it? So I not absolutely run dry to the bone every day. And now I'm in that transition of like getting that up and going, and starting a little business is hard. Mm-hmm. Starting a podcast is hard. Doing anything is hard, really, but it's exciting. So I do get energy off of that. I'm excited for the next year. I'm excited for the next few years, because I know things are going to be moving in a different direction. Not necessarily like that I hated my life the past years. I haven't. I've loved it. I get to pursue my dream, and I get to try new things, and I see the freedom in that. So I'm excited, even though I'm stressed. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited. Mm-hmm. I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But I'm also nervous.
I'm glad you got to see your dad this weekend. Love Groot. Always
Groot's
love a Groot
the best.
Yeah.
I love him so much. It makes me so emotional every time I see him. Mm-hmm. It's hard, but it's good. Obviously, he's just my dad. Mm-hmm. When you're around your dad or anyone that like is that person for you, you just feel like you can be like the biggest kid. Mm-hmm. You know, I love him. Yeah. I'm crying over Groot.
Yeah, I think that's.
And I know Groot's listening. Dad, turn it off.
Turn it off. Soak it up, Groot. She loves you.
He knows.
I think, loving your dad, that's like, dad love is different. I mean, especially because I lost my mom in 2018. So the love I have for my dad has sort of transformed too. I've always appreciated my dad. I've always thought that my dad was so, my dad is extremely kind, extremely loving, and extremely like, level-headed, I will say, even though he's a giant goober.
He's such a
But
dad.
I'm a goober too. But my love for him has transformed since my mom passing, because he and I have been able to like not necessarily be there for each other in the sense of like, he has always still been the father figure in my life, and he hasn't really like leaned on me as much as maybe he even could have, because he always will try to separate that from me because I'm still the kid. But I just see him in such a light of resiliency that I just never knew that part of his personality. And my dad really is a personality hire for sure. But
for sure.
But the love that you have for a parent obviously is different. But for my dad specifically, it's just a little bit more like admiration love. Yeah. I would say my love for my dad is really rooted in admiration, and I just want to be like him in so many ways. And he tells me I am. And guess what?
You are.
I believe it. And even if he's blowing smoke up my ass, you know what I say? I say, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Daddy.
I'll take it.
You are just like Papa Tad.
I'm not just like him.
No, but we
have similar in the hierarchy of our lives, what we find to be important is very similar. Yeah. Like our relationships, our family, our need to spread positivity,
your hearts,
those types of things. I feel like my dad and I are similar on. So the same way I know you and Groot are similar in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, maybe like that's the admiration part is like really the thing that roots me so hard for my dad, because my dad like raised me and my brother by himself, and he went out of his way to like help me be a girly. Mm-hmm. Like he signed me up for dance, and he was at every dance competition, and he would ask other moms to help me with my hair and makeup when I was young, and like help me to rhinestone my costumes. Like he would pay other moms to do that because he couldn't be there because he was working. And he was just always showing up, like for cheerleading, for dance, for my plays, yeah, all of that stuff. Even when I was little and he saw that I wanted to be an actor, he like put me in church plays. I think that's so cool to think about, that he saw that part of me and was like, let's,
support it.
Yeah. I think that's so cool. I just admire him so much.
Yep. There you go. And it's not even Father's Day. So don't ask me for nothing next Father's Day, Dad. Don't ask me for
not even a BBQ.
Anything. Don't ask me for a barbecue. You just rewind and listen to the past 49 minutes of us talking about our dads. Thank you so much.
And girlfriends and getting married to girlies.
I did want to say something that I bought recently that is it's been big in the YouTube beauty community hello in the YouTube
Whoa, we're gonna get more comments.
Beauty community for years and years and years. I mean, it's been popular since like the early aughts, but I just brought it back into my rotation coupled with this great gloss. So it's MAC Whirl lip liner. And here's the thing that I love, because I hate going into MAC stores. I hate it.
No, they're like a club.
It's that, but also I am completely fine sharing this hot take. I find that it is probably written in the rule book of the manual of new hire orientation for that place to be just
up your
cruel and unusual. Unusual. They're all mean there. And so every time I've tried to go in to get Whirl, I have a problem that if you ain't nice to me, I'm going to leave. And so every time I've gone in, I've been met with just like,
are they just sassy?
So sassy, rude, say stuff about your appearance, say things that wouldn't look good on you. I asked for Whirl and one girl looked at me and smacked her gum and said, "Oh, honey, that would not look good on you." This happened maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. And I was in, I think, Perimeter Mall here, like in Atlanta, because I went to a different MAC. And I was like,
it's so,
and I was just like, I could either go two ways. I could either buy the entire stock of Whirl, or I could just leave, because that'd be a waste. So I just left. I said, honey, anyway.
You know what's crazy? Because she could have just said, yeah, let me show that to you. Also, I want to show you a few other colors I think might like good on you.
That's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. But the vibe is this. I got Whirl. I think I just bought it at Ulta. I think, did they carry MAC at Ulta?
They do.
Do they really?
I believe so, yeah.
Ask your Siri before I speak on it. But Whirl lip liner, which is kind of like this cool brown color mixed with rosewood Dior lip oil, the lip gloss bit. That combination, stunning. And it looks good on so many different skin tones: light, bronze, medium skin tones.
Yes, MAC is at Ulta.
Okay, then I got it at Ulta because I'm like, I did not go into a store to get it. But anyway, I finally got it.
Do they sell
beautiful.
Dior at?
I got the Dior at Sephora, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah, so they don't.
Probably not.
No, because they don't.
They don't do MAC at Ulta. I mean, yeah, at Sephora.
Know what? They do Hourglass at Ulta and Sephora, which is crazy.
Well,
I didn't realize.
But anyway, that combo for me has been hitting lately. If you need kind of like a darker lip liner that you're like, I want to dip my toe in the 90s thing that's happening now, go for Whirl.
Okay.
I would say it is so good. Whirl with kind of like a pinky gloss over top. Perfection. Chef's kiss.
I'm going to
give it a go.
I'm going to do it.
Give it a
I trust you.
Go.
I trust you. Anything that Jesse says, like beauty or skin, I'm like, I'm on it. I'm on it.
And I want to say that I just got Rhode Beauty, which is Hailey Bieber's beauty. I just picked up a couple things from her line. I'm
very interested in the blush.
Okay. I got
the Spicy Marg.
I got a glazing milk, which is kind of like a peptide moisturizer seal type of vibe. And then I got Spicy Marg pocket blush that she does, which is like a cream based blush. And then I got the peptide lip treatment in some sort of corally color. It came with the Spicy Marg. It was a duo. So the glazing milk, it's nice. I like it. It's got a really nice consistency. I don't know if it's made a notable improvement in my skin yet, because I literally just got it last week. But I will say I like the consistency, and I like sometimes for me with skincare, if it adds a step to my ritual that I'm like, this feels right, I'll just keep doing it. You know, I might not repurchase the product, but I'm like, this feels like a luxury in some way. So I'm going to keep using it. I do like this added step. And then the pocket blush, I like it. I think that I would maybe like a couple of the different shades better, but they've been sold out. But I wanted to try the consistency. I like it. It's nice. I think that it's easy to use. I think for a young girl, if that's a gift, hot tip, if you've got a young girl coming, a birthday coming up, or even if you're doing some early Christmas shopping, get her some pocket blushes. Like if you like a girly pop in her like tweens to early teenage years, oh my gosh.
I would love that.
Oh my gosh. You'd be the star of the show.
You'll be the star of the show.
But the lip peptide treatment, I really like that too. I think that it's solid products. That's my review at this point. Solid products, solid buy.
Solid buy.
I don't know if you need it, but it's a solid buy if you want to go for it.
My problem with makeup is that I don't need any new makeup, but I am so interested in trying out the colors, trying out the consistency. And honestly, half the time I go back to using my foundation, concealer, stuff like that. I use like pretty like nice stuff, but like Elf like really shows up these days. And I was using Say liquid blush.
Yep.
Love that.
Me too.
But then I was like, oh, the Elf liquid blush is literally the same thing. It lasts longer, and it's cruelty free. It's vegan.
What's not to love?
What's not to love?
They sell it at Target.
Also, it's like $3.
What's not to love?
Which is crazy.
Yes.
But again, if I hear there's a color that I might like, I'm going to try it because I love makeup.
I have a whole drawer of makeup. It's organized really well. It's the one thing I don't
organized.
I really try to let Scooby-Doo pitter patter around in there when I'm getting ready. I like her. She likes products and like she has an interest in them. I obviously probably because she just like watches me put it on there, but I let her kind of like pitter patter around in my drawer when I'm getting ready, but is the only area of the house where if she starts to do something crazy, I'll look at her and I'll say, this is mommy's drawer. This is mommy's things. These are my belongings. Everything else in this house belongs to you except for this drawer, because I really like cosmetics and I always have, and I like to collect them. And I still have palettes that I have no intention on using, but I want to keep them for sentimental value. Is that psychotic? I don't care. Leave me alone.
No.
Leave me alone. It might be nuts. Do I have the Heat palette from Urban Decay from 2014 or 2015? I do.
We used it on Halloween. I used it as Lumiere.
Did we use it for costume makeup? We certainly did. Am I going to keep it until the end of time just because I want to be able to have a relic from my past? I am. And that's how I feel about cosmetics. I really like them. I do toss them out when they go bad, but I love
like liquid things. But
and if I see a color I've never seen before in anything, eyeshadow, lip gloss, a cheek color, a blush, I'm a blush slut.
I love a blush.
I'm a blush slut.
And they're talking about on TikTok, like the blindness, like eyebrow blindness, blush blindness. I have blush blindness. I'm blind to the care of blush blindness because I certainly have blush something addiction. I just piling it on. People like, you got a lot of blush on. Sure do, honey.
I wear a lot of makeup.
I love blush.
I have makeup blindness. Some days I wear nothing. Some days I wear
everything.
All.
I love
makeup. And I don't care if I have bronzer, blush, highlighter, your mom blindness. I don't care. I'm going to wear it all. And I also want to report that I just bought another bottle of Papa Tui body wash. I love that
Papa
shit.
Do it to me,
I love Papa Tui Poppy. I freaking love it. I bought another bottle and it's good. And you know what? My friend Lauren, our mutual friend Lauren, she texted me and said,
did she get it?
She said, what was that Papa Tui you like? I said, Papa Tui to you, Poppy.
Which one was it? It was a natural scent.
One is coconut and one is sandalwood. And I like them both. It just depends on the vibe I'm going for. But I did want to say something quickly.
And that's at Target?
It's at Target.
I still haven't seen it, but I'm not looking for it.
The other thing
so
I wanted to say based on what you just said about TikTok, the trend where people are, it's a lot of women, I think millennial women too, young women, but also like women that I feel like stop doing this trend. You should be secure in yourself, but that's also just maybe that's a me problem projecting onto them. But they ask people, they do this thing where they do a beautiful selfie of themselves and they're smiling and they're already beautiful.
And they look confident when they're doing it, which is upsetting.
They say, what blindness do I have? Go ahead and give me tips for a glow up or something like that.
People comment things.
comment
like, hey, your hair's too blonde,
or you need to bring your eyebrows in further, or you need a different color blush, or you should try this type of mascara, whatever. And they're opening themselves up to criticisms that I think
as women we already get enough.
Well, I just think in this kind of like capacity of doing it on TikTok,
Also online.
you know what you're up against. People online they can be horrible. And also, what's going on to where you care what everyone else thinks about you and wants, like, what's going on there? What's going on?
You like the way you look when you're taking this selfie. I think they're in hopes. Some of them, I think they're in hopes for someone to say nothing's wrong with you. But when your brain says that the internet is not going to tell you something's wrong with you, you could be the most beautiful woman in the world. I've seen Sydney Sweeney get torn apart online for her looks. Okay, Margot Robbie, I don't know, Zendaya. Like, you're going to talk about my girls like that? You're going to say that they need to do something different? These women are perfect. Rihanna, because that's the real way to say it, but we've all been saying it wrong
I think I just don't like the fact that these are real women asking other real women that aren't Rihanna or Margot Robbie or Sydney Sweeney.
Aren't putting themselves on a platform.
They're asking other women who, well, no, those just women are just like undeniably beautiful. Like, so it's not apples to apples, but they're asking other women on the internet to give them tips or tell them what's wrong with them when the other woman that's looking back at them are also just as flawed, quote unquote, in a perfect way, might I add.
We have no idea because they're hiding.
Well, I'm saying we're all flawed is what I'm saying. We're not these perfect things. So why are you asking other flawed women, how to fix your own flaws? Like what's going on? Like, we're all flawed. I just don't like it. I find the trend to be really disturbing. I also find it to be kind of like a reflection of where we're at with the stock we're putting into these TikToks, the stock people are putting into what other people on the internet have to say about them, or the trend making capabilities of the internet. And I just find it it's not for me.
No, I hate
I'd be scrolling past it.
I look at the comments because I am a looky loo, and I go look because I'm like, what? Why are you asking? And then I'll like go look to see if anyone's like, I just want to know, like, what are people saying to you?
I put a TikTok up the other day about the Rhode blush that I got because I wanted to share it, because I told everyone last episode I'm going to be on the internet more because I find it to be fun. And so I made a disclaimer in my comment. I said, don't come for my eyebrows, because I already knew that somebody was going to be like, girl, bring your eyebrows in more.
And that's what's crazy is I thought your eyebrows looked good in that. I think I commented that. I was like, I didn't have any. Your eyebrows looked amazing.
Well, I didn't feel any
awesome eyebrows.
Type of way about them necessarily myself. I just didn't want to field any comments about people being like, use the eyebrow filter and figure out where your eyebrows should start. Here's what.
No.
The thing is, I don't really care.
I don't care. Really care. Also, I don't have eyebrows. I have to draw them on completely.
Fill them in.
So if someone wants to tell me about the shape of them, I'll say, guess what? I can do anything I want because they don't exist. My eyebrows ain't even there. But did I ask you? No.
They're a figment of your imagination.
I did not ask you about my brows of eye.
No, I didn't.
I didn't. And I would never ask anyone on the internet for, I did realize putting my outfits on the internet, I'm opening myself up for critique there. But it's not in my body, because your outfits are on your body and people think that they, like, I don't know why people think they need to make comments on your body. I feel as if when those comments come in, I know that I'm a different breed, and I know that because... And also it's at a very low level. It's not like I'm getting, going viral. But I think because of acting, I'm so used to people saying, you should do this, you should do that, you could do this, you could do that. Change your last name, it's too hard to pronounce. Like, all of these things. I don't care. I simply don't care. I know I like my outfit. And guess what? I also know that sometimes I'm going to put on an outfit and it's not going to be a banger. In the moment, I'm going to be like, this looks good. And then 2 seconds later, when I see a video of it, I'm going to be like, oh, did make a mistake there. I've posted videos already there. I'm like, I wouldn't ever put that outfit on ever again.
I just thought in my head, I would like for you and I to adopt into our vernacular, bangless. Like, if something is not popping, if it's not banging, if you will, it's bangless.
It's bangless. It's not a banger.
The absence of bang. I also think that we need to say that just keep us in your positive energy. Yeah. Next Monday, Haley and I are doing something very exciting. Keep us in your positive energy. My top positive energy request would be for the road rash on my chin. If you could ask for that to heal before Monday, that'd be great. From where I fell, again,
we're not going into
details.
it. Also, that whomsoever gets parred. I was about to say what was going to happen. Whomsoever is within our immediate circle on Monday, that they are Gucci.
Oh, well, we're doing something work related on Monday, so
Yes.
that our coworker for the day, if you could put positive energy into the world, that our
Because we don't know
coworker
who they are yet.
is going to be just like the world's best. That'd be great, because we
Yes,
need them to
we
be on
need
their
them.
A game. I
Yeah.
need them to have had a good night's sleep. I need them to be hydrated. I need them to be bushy tailed,
Bright-eyed, and
bright-eyed,
bushy-tailed.
all the above.
Yes.
So yes,
And we have to figure out what we're wearing.
oh my Lord, I
we
don't
need
even.
to marry Kate and Ashley a
I
little
know,
bit.
I know. Oh my God, I need to go shopping.
I love shopping.
All right, I think with that,
That's
we
it.
are so appreciative of you.
Yes, and I just want to say, I was going to say something and I don't want to say it anymore.
Great. Please
You know how
remember
that is.
to go, if you're in the Atlanta area, to go watch Traffic on Friday, July the...
That's a great question. I don't know what day it is today.
Today is the 17th. So it's Friday, July 19th. Is that correct? The 19th.
At Atlanta Film
You can
Club.
check out her Instagram for more information there. So
Yes.
that would be amazing. Please rate, review, subscribe. Please do pass this along to a pal.
Send this to a friend.
And we...
Especially someone who like wants to troll me for crying on the podcast.
Maybe.
Do it.
And with that, we will see you next Thursday.
Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.